on YouTube. I just made it to the trailhead. We're gonna go up and we're gonna check out the winter base camp, see how that thing's holding up. Car says 12 degrees. Doesn't feel that bad out. The breeze is light. Just made it here. The sun is just coming up. Still got a nice moon up in the sky there. So yeah, just a nice winter hike. We're not spending the night, but I did pack a little heavy. I brought some tools, expecting some repairs. We'll see how that thing held up. So let's go for a hike. Taking a quick breather, probably about a third of the way. I took some calculated risks, and then I have one error that I just realized. The calculated risks is that I wore a lighter hiking boot and not a big winter boot with a lighter snowshoe. I got some nice wool socks on, but the bigger winter boots, the big Sorels, aren't that comfortable to go on hikes in. They're great when you're at base camp. Just the support and the ability as a hiker is not there. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for something that is kind of middle of the road. So I'm wearing the North Face Light Hikers. They're Gore-Tex waterproof. They don't offer much insulation. I've got some nice wool socks on. And I'm wearing these lighter, smaller MSR snowshoes. There's not a lot of snow up here. It's actually less than I thought. So the combination's good. My feet are good. I'm also wearing kind of a lighter layer up top. I'm layered well. I'm comfortable. Like I said, I don't know if I had mentioned in the beginning, I think it was like 12, 13 degrees or something at the car before I came up. I didn't want to sweat at all. That's your most dangerous. I think I mentioned that before. Sweating in the cold is very bad for you. So I'm lighter layered with layers in my bag if I need them. And right now I'm actually very comfortable. The one error I made is that when I left the house it was dark, and it was kind of a little bit of a scramble this morning. I forgot my sunglasses. So when that sun comes up with all this white, it's going to be very, very bright. If I was out here for an extended amount of time, that could be very bad for you. If it came down to it, I can make some snow blinds, you know, with some strap of fabric or a belt or whatever I can get my hands on and put little slits in it. That's like a survival way of combating snow blindness. I'm thinking I should be okay once I'm up there. And then on my trip back down to the car, I might be a little squinty, but I think I'll be okay. I'll be leaving here before dark today. So it was a big old talk. It's beautiful out. Absolutely gorgeous. Sun hasn't come up over that yet, and we'll probably be at base camp before it does. So let's keep going. All right, base camp is right over this point. I'm gonna approach with a little bit of caution. It's either knocked in or possibly could be inhabited by something else. It's a pretty good shelter. I don't think it's quite what a bear would look for a shelter. Coyotes might get in there, so we'll see. Maybe some rodents. Plus I'm looking at these tracks, and they're definitely human, and I'm just trying to determine with the melts and the snows and the melts and the snows if this is all me from last time. So I'll approach with caution. Pretty sure most of this was me and Pat from last time. I just thought there would be a little more deformation. But I guess it's been cold enough and we haven't had a tremendous amount of snow. So, but we'll get up there to the point there, and we'll see how the base camp held up. Looks like the roof held up. That's a good thing. I brought some extra dollar store cheapy tarps to seal her in a little bit better. But that's a really good sign. And those footprints that I saw earlier, that's animal track. They don't lead to here. There's my track, but they go that way. So there might have been somebody out here adventuring, hunting. I'll have to investigate the footprints. Down lower they were definitely human. This might be a mixed match of some stuff. But they don't go down to the shelter, so either they saw it and left it alone or they didn't see it at all. But we'll investigate that later. Let's go inside and see what we got. A little bit of cave in there, but nothing crazy. It's dry in here. It's a little dark too. We'll get her opened up, but the roof held. There's ice in there, so there's been some melt. But yeah, a little bit of cleanup, get a little fire going. It doesn't look too yucky in here. We'll smoke it out pretty good, get any rodents out of here. But she held up. All right, except for that, we'll get that fixed. All right, so we're gonna get a little fire going here. Just one of Pat's cans, we can make use out of that. So we're gonna clean this out here. I had some wood stacked aside from last time, so be able to get something going here. Take the chill off, some aesthetics, and just to have a fire because I like having a fire. So we got a little bit of fire going. Like I had mentioned before, I took the risk of wearing the light hikers, and my toes are pretty cold, especially this foot. I had one of the straps on those MSR snowshoes a little tighter than I did on the other foot, and it constricted just a little bit across the the bridge of my foot here, the top of my foot, and so this foot's cold. We'll be toasty warm here in a minute, but definitely for hanging around base camp, those Sorels do better. But like I said, I'll be in the market for something middle of the road. So if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment. We're gonna get this fire going. We'll get the gear squared away and just do some repairs around here. So stay with me. All right, so got the fire going. There's not going to be a tremendous amount of detail in this video. I actually want to spend some time with the phone away and in some peace and quiet today. It's one major thing about the outside for me is that it's very therapeutic. I love being out here. I'm miles and miles and miles away from any other human being. Not that I have anything particular against human beings, but you know. And so it's kind of a conundrum, to film, or an oxymoron or a hypocrisy maybe. You film for social media, for your YouTube, take pictures for your Facebook group, pictures for Patreon, but at the same time you get out here to enjoy the solitude. So there's a balance there, and sometimes I just have to say the me time is more important. So you can tell it's getting warm in there. I had that empty energy drink container that I was keeping for melting snow, and I can hear the can in there expanding, so we're already getting temperature change inside the shelter, which is good. I don't know what you can see here. We had part of this pine on the outside kind of fall in, so I'll rework some of that. We're going to rework some of the insulation, and I've got those dollar store tarps. So I think the next time I'll check in with you, It'll be when I get some of those tarps up and kind of get myself cocooned in a little bit, and we can retain a little bit more of that heat. Sun's coming up. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, we're gonna go in there, warm our little toes up. We do have a lunch. We got some coffee and some stuff, and we're gonna be out of here before it gets dark. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my time. So we'll talk to you in a little bit. All right, I'm just trying to get that stuff burnt down to a coal base. The smoke is pretty bad. The camera's not doing it, but it's kind of bellowing around and back into itself. So it's just about unbearable. I have to stay low in the shelter. Standing up, your eyes start to burn. This lodgepole pine that I'm burning is just super harsh. I started my time in the woods back east. I'm from New England originally, and so I'm spoiled. You know, we burn maple and oak and birch and all this great stuff. There is literally nothing up here to burn but pine. And the easiest stuff to burn is this lodgepole, because you get a dead standing. It's, you know, anywhere from 2 to 6 inches around. It's long. You lop it up, easy, ready to go. The smoke is just very, very harsh. These lodgepole, you know, survive in really extreme weather, and the resins in them, the sap in them, you know, is what keeps it alive there. And as that burns, it's very noxious. It burns hot, burns fast, but very noxious. So we're gonna have to come up with a solution. I think the solution is gonna be the wood stove. Closing this thing in, even sitting up on my bench here, my bed, you know, that height alone is up to where my eyes are burning from the smoke. And it's cold enough out that the fire's a necessity. So we're gonna have to figure out something. And I've been sitting here kind of picking my brain, trying to come up with a solution for now. And I haven't. Another thing when the wood stove will be nice is that, you know, I'm losing a tremendous amount of heat just from venting this smoke. A lot of that heat is just going, it's gone. Getting some radiant heat. But if I can get that stove pipe going up in the homemade wood stove, which like I said, keep an eye out for the video, I can close it in completely. I'm keeping all this heat, the smoke's going out. So I think that's the wise choice. And I see some other things. This is a thing of ice here that's melting. That's gonna have to be dealt with. But I knew this would come. I threw this together. You know, there's videos, I think 3 or 4 videos of me putting this thing together. And I knew there would be trial and error and pros and cons. I'm probably going to rebuild a lot of that. Figure out what I want to do on this side here. So it's all a learning process. Could you survive in here? Absolutely. You can close yourself in. Keep your fire small. Stay low. Cuddle up right here. You would survive no problem. So survival wouldn't be a problem, but I want some comfort in here. And so we've got a lot of work to do. All right. So I've got plenty of options, dead standing for firewood. So I'm gonna get a couple pieces of that cut. And I think that's all I'm really going to accomplish today. I'm just going to kind of get some firewood stacked in, burn a little firewood. I do have just a mountain house for lunch. I didn't bring anything fancy. I ate a good breakfast, so I don't even know if I'll get into lunch. The smoke in the shelter is pretty unbearable. So, yeah, it's pretty rough. And to get working on that homemade wood stove. And that I can bring around to any kind of shelter. So that'll be cool. It looks like we got some pretty good snow coming in too, which will be exciting. I can't see the mountains anymore over there. Pretty thick. So yeah, not much of a video. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. I had postponed a trip out and overnight. Still kind of postponing it, but I just needed to get outside. And like I said, I want to take some time to just enjoy the peace and quiet without the phone, turn the phone off, and just kind of do some relaxing. Being out in the middle of nowhere by yourself is very soothing. I know some people are intimidated, actually. It can be intimidating. But once you do it enough, it's very therapeutic. I love it. So we're gonna get some firewood cut. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna be heading out before dark. I got the car, like you saw, parked down at the trailhead. And if I do overnights, or if I'm gonna be a long period of time, even though there's nobody up here, I don't like leaving a vehicle there, just because sometimes people suck. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get some wood cut. We're gonna join a little bit more of that fire, just do some relaxing, some thinking, some alone time stuff. And so thanks for joining me. Not much of a video, but I wanted to get something out, touch base, and show you guys how the base camp's holding up. So we've got some adventures planned, and I've got some really, really neat adventures planned for spring, like some big ones, up to like some alpine lakes, some high elevation stuff, some really long trips. I've got some people coming out to take some of the classes from the East Coast. So it's going to be an exciting year. So we're going to get all our ducks in a row this winter, and I'll try to get as much content out to you guys this winter, and good things to come. So thanks for watching. If anything happens between now and the car that's super exciting, I'll definitely let you guys know. But as of now, I'm going to call it and just kind of enjoy some peace and quiet, turn the phone off. So thank you for watching. God bless. If you get a chance, check the links in the description. We have the Patreon there, which allows me to do more for you guys, and there's some bonus content and exclusive content, monthly giveaways on the Patreon, and my website for Montana wilderness survival and bushcraft. So if you guys want to take a look at that, that'd be awesome. The links are in the description. So thank you, and God bless.